I will show you how I made or how I make this fantasy stitch in knitting. I use the hook number 4 millimeters. Look, it's very nice. I will make the light. Thank you to be here. We are in a workshop here. On my channel, you can find patterns in crochet and knitting. Let me see here in the computer. I want to see if all is correct. Yeah. Thank you to be here. Look, this is a beautiful fantasy stitch that I use now for a headband. This will be a headband, look. This is very easy. And I will show you step by step. And later I will show you too how is my headband. I will make the pattern of the headband here on my channel. Thank you to be here. I want to see the names of this stitch. If you know in English, this is Punto Santa Clara, Punto Bobo is this stitch. I have here on my channel. Let me see. Knitting this fantasy stitch. Thank you to be here. Let me see this fantasy stitch. Punto Santa Clara. Let me see. Of Spanish is Punto Santa Clara. Hola Carlita, thank you to be here. Thank you. Muchas gracias to be here. How are you? Happy New Year. Estoy buscando the name of this fantasy stitch en inglés. They don't say the name in English. No. It's only in Spanish. Garter stitch. Okay. Thank you for your like. Muchas gracias. This is the garter stitch. And these fantasy stitch are like rombos in español. We must pass stitches from out, inside, and from inside to outside. Look, I use this for the sweater too. It's very nice, really. Thank you to be here. I will show you how I made this fantasy stitch. It's very easy. We make the change of the stitches only for the front of the work. To me, the front of the work is when the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. To me, this is the front of the work. I will make one headband, vincha en español, o banda en español. I use here the garter stitch, and here inside I will make this beautiful stitch. Look, you can use this fantasy stitch for beanies, pullovers, vest, and so on. And now I will show you for that you can practice. Soon I will make two, I will have the headband. I will make one long with the same number of stitches. By example, here I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and 25 stitches. It's very easy. You only must repeat. Thank you for your like. You only must repeat this fantasy stitch, and I will show you step by step. I will make one long, And after this will be one headband. Look, it's very nice. This yarn is merino yarn. I love merino yarn for winter. To me, is the best. So I use now the needles number 4 millimeters because this yarn is a little teeny. Look, the garter stitch. The garter stitch is the knit stitch for the front and for the reverse of the work. Look for the reverse. You don't notice here nothing of our nice work. So for the front, you can see. It's very easy. It's like open and close this rombo. For the reverse, I only make the stitches that we find. I will show you. I will wait some minutes for that more people come. Hola Maricita, long time not called you. Antoinette, thank you, my dear. Thank you to be here. Yeah, this week I will try to make all the days this workshop. Look, we are in the reverse and only I will make the stitches that we find. By example, the garter stitch is the knit stitch in the front and in the reverse. This is the knit stitch. We insert, we bring the yarn to the front, and this yarn is the new stitch. We back the needle and we go out from the stitch and ready. This is the knit stitch. Here I find one purl stitch. Yarn to the front and we make the purl stitch. Yarn to the back, one knit stitch. So I must see which stitch we must make. I will show you, I will make the cast on, and I will show you how you can begin to make this fantasy stitch. Here is the knit stitch, one purl stitch, one knit stitch, one purl stitch, and we only make the stitches that we find. It's a nice stitch that you can use in a vest, in a pullover, in a scarf, in all the threads. It's very nice. I saw this fantasy stitch in leg warmers. So, oh, look, the 4 stitches of the border always will be knit stitches, okay? So the last 4 and the first 4 always are knit stitches, because this is the garter stitch, punto Santa Clara en español. We pull a little and we turn. Thank you to be here, and thank you for your like. So I will show you how you can make this fantasy stitch. By example, you can make this. This is one fantasy stitch, and here I have 2. This is the second. But we repeat always the same, okay? All that we make here in this first fantasy stitch, we must repeat in the second. Here I have 11 fantasy stitch, look. I will make, I don't know if I will make first one vest or one pullover or cardigan. You must subscribe you here on my channel to watch all my patterns free in crochet and knitting. Look, this is the last pattern that you find here on my channel. This is my Benny Annabella. I will let you this pattern on the comments and on the description box, but you can find here on my channel, in my name, you can click and you will see the last patterns that I have here on my channel. Look, this Benny hat is beautiful with cable stitch. The pattern is free and is here on my channel. I will let you at the end of this live, at the end of this workshop, I will let you this pattern on the comments and on the description box. Look, it's very easy. It's a classic. You can give this like a present always. Beautiful. Okay. I will show you how you must make this fantasy stitch. Look, in the borders, always I have 4 stitches. This stitch always you must repeat. Always are 9 stitches plus to make this fantasy stitch. I will see. I will make only one because this is the same. We will make only one and we will see how many stitches we need, okay? By example, this stitch had 2, 4, 6. 6 stitches are these rombos. Rombos in English, I want to see, let me see. I want to see if it's the same. Rombo. En inglés, let me see, al second en inglés. Aquí está, figura rombo. En inglés, rombo, ya. En inglés es rhombus. Rombo en inglés, diamond. Diamond too. En geometría es losange, ok. Rhombus.
Rhombus.
Okay, rhombus. Rhombus. It's good that I have here the translation. Okay. So, look, to begin this pattern, we must count. We have in the beginning 2, here in the center 4, and 6 stitches. But always we must have, between the fantasy stitches, we must have the some stitches. Here, by example, I have 3 stitches of separation. 3 stitches between every fantasy stitch. Every fantasy stitch are 2 rhombus or rombo in español. So we will make. I will use this yarn of acrylic and I will show you step by step for that you can practice. It's a beautiful stitch that you can make at home. I will use the needle number 4 millimeters. Okay, here is verschbindet, like say the Germans. Is you can read not more, but it's okay. This is the 4 millimeters needles, okay? And we can make the stitches that we want. I will make only one, these 2 rhombus, because this is the same. So I must make 2, 4, 6 stitches plus 3 is 9. And outside I will make 3 stitches too. So 6, 9, and 3 more is 12 stitches, okay? Okay, paper and pencil for that you can see the step by step. I will make 12 stitches. Is 2, 4, 6 stitches of the rhombus and 6 stitches, 3 from the left and 3 from the right. 3 and 3, 6 and 6, 12. Empezamos. We begin. I will calculate the yarn for 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 puntos o 12 times. We let a little yarn, we let free the yarn, and we calculated for 12 stitches. So we begin. This is the way that I make the cast on. Look, I catch the yarn, the calculated yarn, and with my needle, we go in the center of this big loop and we bring the yarn. from left, and here we make a big loop, look. And here we bring the yarn of the right inside of this big loop, and we make on the needle. Again, we open, we help us with our fingers, not so tight, not so loose, please. From left, izquierda, a big loop, and we bring inside the right yarn. Now we have 3 stitches. Left, right, to the needle, not so tight. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Izquierda en español, derecha en español. Izquierda, derecha. Needles, agujas, or aguja. Agujas with S is plural. We count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 11, and 12. In the borders, you can make more stitches, but the important is that you see, that you watch how we make this rhombus. Rhombus en español es rombo. Okay. Now that we have the 12 stitches, we turn and we calculate 3 stitches for the right and 3 for the left. I will make only knit stitches in the border, okay? In my pattern, I will make the garter stitch, but this you will see in my pattern. So subscribe you, activate the bell, and you can follow me too on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. For don't lost this nice pattern. Thank you to be here. Hola, my dear Christine, Kaden, thank you to be here. Thank you for your like too. Muchas gracias. This yarn is of acrylic. In the etiquette say that I can use needles between 3 and 4 millimeters. But chicas, en español, you must you must make always a little pattern to know how tight is your work, if it's loose, if all depends of the needles and yarn that you use, okay? Thank you for your like. Empezamos. We will make 3 knit stitches, 3 purl in the borders. So we will make paper and pencil. This is the purl stitch from the right to the left. We insert the needle on the stitch. We involve and we go out from the stitch, and we have the new stitch. This is the purl stitch. Okay, we have the three stitches, purl stitches of the border. And here we can see that we have 2 knit, 2 purl, and 2 knit. 6 stitches. So we will make now the yarn to the back, and we will make 2 knit stitches. 1 and 2. This is for 1 rhombus. Now, of difference, we make 2 purl stitches. Yarn to the back, and I will make 2 knit stitches for the another rhombus. It's funny, this rhombus. En español es rombo. Okay, now we made the design of these 2 rhombus. Here in the camera looks nicer. Okay, if you want make more rhombus, you must make always 2, 4, 6 stitches and plus the stitches of the difference. So are 9 stitches, okay? We continue. You will understand. Okay, now we find the 3 last stitches and we make 3 purl stitches. This will be the same, the border. El borde en español. We turn, and here in the back, I will make only the stitches that we find. Where I find the knit, I will make the knit, and where I find the purl, we will make the purl. So here I find 3 knit stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now I find 2 purl stitches. Yarn to the back, to the front, and we make 2 purl stitches. Yarn to the back, we find 2 knit stitches. 2 puntos derechos. Thank you for your like. Yarn to the front, and we make 2 purl stitches. 2 puntos revés en español. And here in the border, we find the 3 knit stitches. When you make here 1 knit, here is 1 purl. And when you make 1 purl, here is 1 knit. It's the opposite. We turn the knitting work, and here we'll begin the nice. I love this technique, how you make. For this, we need another hook or needle to make. Okay, paper and pencil. These stitches from the knit, these 2 and 2 will be 1 rhombus. So this must begin to open like this. Here you see 2, and here you see in the center purl stitches in both. So it's like we open, and after this we must close 1 rhombus. 1 rhombus, let me show you. 1 rhombus is, we will see, like this. And we must close 2. This is 1 rhombus. Hola, Natalia, play Hoya. Thank you to be here. Thank you for your like too. So, we beginning, chicas, and we need another needle or hook. Okay, we must make inside of this, between these 2 knit, we must make inside from the right side 1 purl stitch inside. Look, this is nice. It's beautiful, this technique. We will make 2 purl stitches. Okay, and now I will make 1 purl stitch on the needle, and we make in the back of the work. And yarn to the back, and this knit stitch, we must make 1 knit stitch. Muy bien. Is that this stitch, the rhombus open for enter the purl stitch. So this we will make here in the another needle, and yarn to the front, and we will make 1 purl stitch. Look. Thank you for your like. Now from here, from these 2 purl stitches, we must make 1 purl stitch here in the center. So again, now the knit stitch to the front, and we make inside this purl stitch here, inside of the rhombus. We make 1 purl stitch, yarn to the back, and this needle, we bring the stitch in the left, and we make 1 knit stitch. This always will be knit stitches, the rhombus. And now we made 2 purl stitches inside of the rhombus. One from the right and one from the left side are inside these 2 purl stitches. Now we must make the same here in the another rhombus. These 2 knit stitches is the beginning of the rhombus. So we will make 1 purl stitch to the back and 1 knit stitch. And this purl stitch is here on the needle of the left side, and with the yarn to the front we will make 1 purl stitch. Now one of these purl stitches must be inside of the rhombus too. So the knit stitch in the needle, and here we make 1 purl stitch. Yarn to the back, and this stitch, the knit stitch, will go in the left side, and we will make 1 knit stitch. These stitches always will be the knit stitches that open and close the work, okay? Now only we find these 2 purl stitches of the border, and we make only the 2 purl stitches. You can repeat this fantasy stitch. You can see how it is. And after this, you can use more fantasy stitches. No? Here I have 1. Look, the knit stitches always like open, and after this close. Open and close to give the form to the rhombus. In the reverse, like I told you before, only we repeat a stitch by a stitch, no? Where we find the knit. Look, here I make 1, 2 knit stitches, yarn to the front, 1 purl, yarn to the back, 1 knit stitch, the second knit stitch, yarn to the front, 2 purl stitches, yarn to the back, 2 knit stitches, yarn to the front, 1 purl stitch, and the last 2 knit stitches of the border. We pull a little and we turn the knitting work. Look. Now the rhombus begins to open. Here I will make only 1 cross, where here in the center. So we will repeat the stitches only where are together these 2 knit stitches. I will make something, you will see. So we begin with 1, 2 purl stitches. Where I find the knit, I make the knit stitch. Where I find the 2 purl, we make the 2 purl stitches. And here we find 2 knit stitches. So here I will make 1 cross. The stitch, the knit, the first here in the front, yarn to the back, and we make the knit, the second knit stitch. We pull a little, not so tight, not so loose, and we back this knit stitch to the needle of the left, and we make 1 knit stitch. So we make here 1 cross. And now we repeat all. 1, 2 purl stitches, 1 knit stitch, and 2 purl stitches. And look, this make nicer our work. Here in the rhombus you can see inside 2 stitches, 2 purl, and in the reverse we repeat. Thank you for your like. You can repeat this nice fantasy stitch and you can practice because really it's very nice and easy. Okay, in the reverse, always we repeat all that we find. 2 knit, 1 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 1 purl, and the last 2 knit stitches. We pull a little and we turn the knitting work, and look, you can see more our rhombus. This is the half of our rhombus. So the idea of this work is that we make inside the purl stitches for the rhombus, and we make inside and outside, inside and outside. Look. When we make outside, is like we close the rhombus. And always between all the work, always we will cross the stitches like this, you will see. Okay, remember, subscribe you and activate the bell to receive the post when I have a workshop like today within a live. Here in Germany now is 13 and 26 minutes in the afternoon. Thank you to be here. So when we open the rhombus, now I must close the rhombus. So how we close the rhombus? Always remember, these knit stitches always will continue like knit. Always it will be knit stitches, okay? Okay, now we must make outside the purl stitches of the rhombus. We make 2 purl stitches, and now we must make outside these 2 purl stitches, one for the right and one for the left side. So with the needle, we catch the knit and we bring inside, or we make forne, or we say, how you say here, in the front. And I will make out 1 purl stitch of the rhombus, yarn to the back, and the knit goes in the left, and I will make 1 knit stitch. Now we begin to close the rhombus. Thank you for your like. And we must go out, we must make out this purl stitch of the rhombus. The purl stitch in the back, and these knit stitches, or knit stitch, we make 1. And here inside, I will make 1 purl stitch, because this that was closed will open. So here we make 1 purl, and we need to make inside 1 purl stitches, or 1 purl stitch here inside, because when we close this rhombus, open this neue or new rhombus. So we make 1 knit to the front, and we pass this purl stitch in the center. Yarn to the back, and the knit stitch we will make like knit stitch. So we close here the rhombus, and here we open a new rhombus. And here in this second rhombus, we must make out this purl stitch. We must make here outside. So we make the purl stitch in the back, and we make this knit stitch. Now we close this rhombus, and the purl stitch go in the border again. So we make now 3 purl stitches, 1, 2, and 3. And ready, look. Now we close the rhombus, and here in the center is a new rhombus. In the back, we make the same, the stitches that we find, okay? We find here 1 knit, 2 knit, and 3 knit stitches. We find 2 purl stitches, 2 knit stitches, and 2 purl stitches. In the reverse, only we repeat the stitches that we find. Hello, my dear Yuki, Aurora, and Roxy. Thank you to be here. Thank you for your like too. Here I will make the last 3 knit stitches. Ready. Look, the rhombus. Here we open and we close, and when we close these 2 rhombus, comes a new rhombus here in the center. Here, I will make only cross from these stitches 1 and 2. So between the rows where we make inside, outside, always we will make the cross for that have more rows over work, you will see. Thank you for your like, muchas gracias. Now we repeat 3 purl stitches. Here only we make cross. So when we make the cross of these 2 knit stitches, we repeat all the stitches. Only here we make the cross. How I make the cross? Yarn the stitch on the needle in the front, yarn to the back, and we make the second knit stitch. We pull a little, not so tight, not so loose, and the knit stitch, we will make the second knit stitch. So we make 1 cross. For that we can see more nicer our rhombus. Here in the center we repeat again the 2 purl stitches, 1 and 2. And here again we find the 2 knit stitches. So here always we will make the cross. Yarn on the stitch in the front, yarn to the back, and we make the second knit stitch. And the another knit stitch, we back to the needle of the left side, and we make the cross. Look, das definiert or markiert, this is German. The design is shorter, is more nice when we make this cross. And now we find the 3 purl stitches. Thank you for your like. I think that you like this stitch like me. I love this design, really. And look, you can see the rhombus. This rhombus is not so big because the rhombus can be bigger too. But this we will make in another workshop. But you can make your own design. The idea only is to make inside and outside. You must learn how you must make inside and outside the stitches from the rhombus. Now, in the back, you can see this pattern and you can write the steps by steps, okay? I will make a headband with this nice fantasy stitch, and when it's ready, I will make the pattern. Okay, now only we repeat all the stitches that we find. When we find knit stitches, we make knit stitches, and where we find purl stitches, we make purl stitches. At the end, always I have the border, the 3 knit stitches. We pull, and look how is it. Beautiful. Thank you for your like. If you like this pattern, give me 1 like and subscribe you. Look here. Here I have 2 1, 2, 1, and we must repeat only. We make one fantasy stitch. It's like 1/8. De infinito, like we say in Spanish. Thank you for your like. Okay, now that we have closed the rhombus, we must open the rhombus. So here inside of these two knit stitches, we must make one from the right and one from the left inside. And this is all the work. So you can notice how is the work. When you notice, you can make schnell or quickly. We make 2 purl stitches, and we make inside this purl of the right, inside of these 2 knit stitches. How? The purl stitch in the back, yarn in the back too. We make 1 knit for open the rhombus, and the purl stitch we make in the left needle. Now we pass 1 purl stitch from the right to the center of the rhombus. Here I make 1 purl stitch, and now I must bring 1 purl of the left side. So the knit stitch in the front, and we make inside of the new rhombus, we make this purl stitch. Yarn to the back, and we must make this knit stitch. And look, now we make inside of this new rhombus, we make 2 purl stitches. And this rhombus of the center will close. We make out the purl stitch. We make in the back, and here is the new or the new rhombus. So we open, we make 1 knit stitch, and we make inside of the new rhombus 1 purl stitch. Thank you to be here, and thank you for your like. I will let you at the end of this workshop, this pattern free, my Benny Annabelle with the cable stitch. This is one of the last patterns that I have here on my channel. Okay, now inside of the new rhombus I have 1 purl, but they must be 2 purl stitches, so I must bring one of the left side. We make 1 knit to the front with the needle, and we make here 1 purl stitch. We pull a little and we go into the back. We bring the knit to the left needle, and we make the knit stitch. And ready. We open again the 2 rhombus. These 2 rhombus that we close, now we open again. And this in the center is closed. So for these are 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. And we repeat until that we have the long that we prefer. So here we make yarn to the front, and we make the 2 purl stitches of the border. We pull, and we back, or we will make the reverse. So here I will make 1 knit, the second knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 knit, 1 purl, second purl stitch, 1 knit, second knit, 1 purl, and the last 2 knit stitches. We pull a little and ready. Now, always in this, between these rows that we make inside and outside, we will make the cross of the knit stitches. Here are two knit stitches together. So these knit stitches we will make one cross. So here only we repeat the stitches two. One and two pull stitches, one knit, two pull stitches, and here I find the two knit stitches. Here we will make one cross. One knit in the needle, on the needle, in the front, and the second knit stitch I will make, and this knit stitch back to the needle, and we make the second knit stitch. And we continue making all. Two pull stitches, one knit stitch, and two pull stitches, and ready. This is like we begin here. We turn the knitting work, volteamos el tejido, and we continue in the reverse making all that we find. Two knit, one pull, two knit, two pull, two knit, one pull, and two knit stitches. Ready. Now that we have the two rhombus open, we must begin to close. And this is that we made here, that you saw before, but I will show you. Thank you for your like, chicas. This week I will make all the days, all the week I will make one workshop in live. All this, the last week of January, okay? So I hope that you subscribe and look my patterns. Okay, now we must make outside from this rhombus, we must make outside both pull stitches, one to the right and one to the left. And from here to the same. These two pull, we make one to the right and one to the left. So here we make one and two pull stitches, and here we must make from inside of this rhombus, we must make one outside. One knit to the front, yarn to the front two, and here I will make out one pull stitch. Yarn to the back, and we back the knit stitch to the needle, and we make one knit stitch. Again, the last pull stitch we must make out, so one pull to the back. Here we open this rhombus. Here we have two knit stitches, so we make one knit, and here inside we make the pull stitch. So we open this rhombus. Here I make one pull stitch and one knit in the front. We make one pull stitch and the knit stitch to the left, and we make one knit stitch. One knit to pull and one knit stitch. And this pull stitch must go out to the, we must make out this pull stitch. So the pull in the back, we make the knit stitch and one pull in the left. Yarn to the front, and we make the last pull, the last three stitches. And ready, look. The rhombus is ready. Here is like we are here. We turn the knitting work. We must repeat all the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 2 pull stitches, and 2 knit stitches, 2 pull stitches, and 3 knit stitches. We turn and look. Now in this side, we must make only the cross of these 2 rhombus. Where are here 2 knit and here 2 knit, we must make this cross. And ready? You have all the steps to make this fantasy stitch, this rhombus. It's very nice. You can see here, by example here, I must make the cross of this rhombus. Here in the center and here in the center. I use here the bamboo needles number 4. Thank you to be here and for your like. So always you will notice which row you must make, because when you see that the rhombus is open, you know that the rhombus must close. And when it's closed, you must open, and like this. By example, here I make garter stitches. And in this row only I will repeat all, only that I will make the cross. So here I will repeat all the stitches. Here I have 1 knit, 2 purl stitches of the rhombus, and 1 knit stitch. Sorry, here I come back, because here when I find these 2 knit stitches together, I must make the cross. So 1 knit, and we back the knit stitch to the needle. So we make this cross of the rhombus. Here I must close, or I must make the purl stitches. 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 2 purl, and here I find the 2 knit stitches. When I find these 2 knit stitches, I must make the cross. The knit stitches, the knit stitch in the front, we make 1 knit, and the another back to the needle. We make 2 purl stitches, 1 knit, and here I find the garter stitch. The garter stitch is the knit stitch in the front and in the reverse of the work. I have here in my headband, this will be 1 headband. This will be the borders of my headband, the garter stitch. In the back, you must repeat the same. So 2 rhombus, 1, 2 rhombus, 1. And here I begin 2 rhombus. In the next rows, I must close the rhombus. And when I close, comes this 1 rhombus in the center. It's the same here on my work. This is bigger. Look, I have 11 fantasy stitches of the rhombus. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and we repeat always. Between every fantasy stitch, I have here 3 stitches, 3 purl stitches. So when you want to make bigger, by example, here I have 6, and plus 3 of difference between is 9 stitches more. Here I have 102 stitches. So I begin the base. You can begin with 21 plus 9, 30, 30 plus 9, 39, 39 plus 9, 39, 48, 48 plus 9, 48, 57, and so on. But I will make this in my pattern when I make this pattern of the vest or pullover. I don't know still. Okay, my dear friends, what do you think about this fantasy stitch? You must only repeat, and you have all the steps now to make this beautiful rhombus. Before I finish my pattern, I want to invite you to subscribe. Here on my channel, Maricita Colors in English is total free. Remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new pattern here on my channel. And this pattern free, I will let you on the comments and on the description box, is Benny Annabella. Knitted Benny Annabella. You can find it here on my channel. You can find me too on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, my dear friends, thank you very much to all the persons that write me, like Carlita, Antoinette, Christine, Natalia, and Yuki. Thank you very much, and we see us tomorrow with another workshop. Ciao, ciao. Thank you, my dear friends. Hasta la vista.